Okay, so I just saw that Steve also share a link on the chat group, the chat box, if you want to look at the link to your LinkedIn account. So I guess, you can contact Steve whenever you have questions or anything. So we will start. Thank you very much for coming, everybody. We would appreciate if everybody could stay mute during the presentation, so we don't have the background noises and everything. If you have any question, please use the chat box and put your questions in there. Steve will look at it once in a while, and we will have, after the presentation, in about 30 to 40 minutes, about 15 to 20 minutes of Q&A. So you will be able to ask anything you need after the presentation. So Ram, you will give a short presentation about TiE Dallas before we start. And thank you, Steve, for coming. Thank you for presenting for our members.
Thank you, Sophie, and welcome everyone. As usual, there are some folks that are very familiar with TiE Dallas, and there are some others that have joined, and welcome everyone. There are some folks from India as well, so that also is has been a new feature ever since we started everything on Zoom. So welcome Arun and whoever else has joined us from India. I'll take just a couple of minutes to tell you a little bit about TiE Dallas before I turn it over to Steve and Juan. As you might know, TiE is a global organization devoted exclusively to the promotion of entrepreneurship across various different programs, and it takes companies from the early stage of incubation through the journey of getting things set up, building the foundation, getting funded, and then from there to the growth phase. We here in Dallas have launched a number of programs in the last year, and as a quick set of highlights, if you can go to the next slide, Sophie, I just want to highlight a few things that we have done. In spite of the year being the way it has been, we were quite fortunate to be able to bring to you a number of different programs, including the TiE Tuesday pitch events. Every month on the fourth Tuesday, we have TiE Tuesdays, which is an opportunity for startups to come on, pitch to us and have their ideas critiqued. And that becomes a funnel for us to take certain projects and take it to the next level, where we further vet these ideas and businesses and identify opportunities for funding, mentoring, coaching, and take them to the next level. So we have our 10 plus pitch events, about 4 or 5 different, actually more than that, number of ventures that we have actively participated in as advisors, financiers, and in other roles in these projects. We've also launched the TiE Women program, which specifically caters to the identification and helping out the women entrepreneurs in the community. We had a pitch event for them exclusively, and the winner from that event is going to be representing Dallas at the Dubai congregation that's happening later in January. One of our flagship programs has been the Young Entrepreneur Program, TiE, which we went through earlier this year in its 8th year of operation. And over the years, we have graduated about 250 students. We're about to start another session pretty soon here. And Mayur, who's on the call here, has been one of the leaders of that program, along with a few others that we have in the organization. And I think some of you have been parents also. I think, Juan, your kids went through the program, right? So
yeah.
We've had a number of other events as well to bring in experts to speak to specific industries, their knowledge, wisdom, and their forecasts on what to look forward to in the coming months and years, and have that shared with the rest of the organization. We've had some special events related to policy making, at the government level, and just how to deal with various things that are related to entrepreneurship and just life in general. And so we've had a few events along those lines. Diversity has been a major theme this past year, and just by the sheer nature of some of our programs and by some other intentional event we have created, we have been able to bring some importance to that particular goal of ours. So all in all, I would have to say we have had a good year. We look forward to growing on this success next year, and I look forward to working with several of you, both in the current team as well as some new folks that we'll be bringing in, and stay engaged and participate and help out in some of these initiatives that are eventually going to be beneficial for you and the community at large. So I will just leave it at that, and I'll just close on this note that this year has especially been, interestingly enough, not just a challenge, but also a time for innovation, new ideas, and which space to target better than real estate. There has been a new awakening in terms of how real estate performs, especially in suburban areas, and the way we identify opportunities, the way we participate in these opportunities is something of a trend that is going to further evolve this coming year. So we hope to get some insights along those lines from Steve and Juan, and see what kind of innovation awaits us in this industry. So with that said, I'll hand it over to Steve, and Juan, take it away, Steve.
Thank you, Ram, and thank you for the opportunity to speak at the TiE Dallas today. And thank you, Sophie, as well, for all your logistics work to get us here. So really glad, and it's an honor to be here to introduce to everybody about what we do. So let me just very quickly share my screen here. This is better. Cool. Can everyone see my screen? Great. So I also want to take this opportunity to introduce the other speakers representing Real Estate IQ. The first person is Mr. Juan Carlos Cruz. He is my business partner and my mentor in business and real estate investing. So I have learned a lot from him. Juan Carlos, would you like to say a few words? Intro?
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. You know, since we partnered with Steve, it has been a great ride to do business. It's very, very important to have partners and to have a group of people supporting your business and growing the business. I wanted to say thank you to TiE Dallas. TiE Dallas have been supporting us for all over the years. I believe we did a presentation 5 years ago at the Polo Club. And I remember those days, we had about, I don't know, we have less than 10 clients. It was just an idea, and to get this great support and advice and from TiE Dallas was great. The programs, TiE Dallas has very, very strong programs. So we are blessed to be here with you. Also, we have Ashford working with us. One of the decisions the decisions that we made over time was to get surrounded, as I said, by really great people. Ashford as a CPA, expert in managing the numbers, bring us this clarity on the numbers that we want to bring to our investors. And thank you so much, Ashford, for being here with us.
Thank you, Asher. Asher, would you like to say something?
Yes, thank you, everyone, for listening to our presentation tonight. Juan Carlos and Steve brought me on about 4 months ago to help them take their company to the next level. So when we were in the introduction process and I didn't really know them, one of the first things I did, I went to their website to see what they were about. And I have to say that, and I told Juan Carlos and Steve this, is that what I found when I got there and I started looking at their products and services, their deal-making suite, the deal analysis suite, they brought so many incredible tools to the discipline of real estate investing. I told them, I said, had I had this technology 20 years ago, I think it would have changed the arc of my career and I would have been channeling real estate investing as opposed to being a CFO for 30 years. And so I encourage you all after this to go to their website, look at their products, to see the incredible amount of the dashboards, the community, an incredible amount of resources that these guys have created over the last few years.
Thank you, Ashford. So I want to give a quick introduction of Real Estate IQ, and Real Estate IQ is a Proptech platform, and the problem we're trying to solve is for real estate investors. Now I know a lot of you probably have seen one of those HGTV fix and flip shows. You know, they buy a dump, then they put a lot of work to fix it up, make it look super pretty, and then they sell it, usually for $100,000, $200,000 profit, maybe even more. So it's a very lucrative practice, but it's also a very tightly guarded secret. Traditionally has been very difficult to find the education, right? The knowledge. There's a lot of secret to the knowledge. There's also a lot of kind of exclusiveness in the network and getting support. But I would say the most important thing is finding the deals, you know, deal flow. Everything is from the deals. It doesn't matter, you know, what business we're in or what kind of investment we're looking at. It's all about deal flow and the pipeline. And finally, once you get the deal, how do you do due diligence? So you know that you're getting a good deal and you're taking advantage of all that arbitrage that you can, I guess, arbitrage value that you can capture as a real estate investor. So talking about problems now, and this is a very big market. When we first started, we were looking at the global real estate market because there's a very, very big opportunity for us to disrupt this market. The global real estate sales industry is $908.9 billion. Huge market. Now, if we look at the market that we can immediately serve, the serviceable available market, what we did is we have done a study on the number of real estate investors in the United States. And there are over 2.75 million real estate investors. So assuming that each person they spend about $1,000 a year to tackle the problems, you know, education, right? Continuous education, network, getting information, right? So that you can do the deals. The market is 2.75 billion. Now, out of the whole United States, if we look at the 8 states that we currently cover, there are approximately 462,000 investors. So that, you know, from a bottom-up approach, we're looking at almost $500 million of market that we're currently in right now. So the solution to solve this problem is to have a virtual online platform that's designed for real estate investors. We offer a lot of webinars and education. We offer networking opportunities. We do a lot of events, and through the events, we also encourage networking. Deal sourcing data is by far our best-selling product, along with our due diligence tools, which is allowing folks to run comps, you know, comparables, so you know what property is priced under market value, for example, and what the best purchase price is for you to acquire the property at the right price and really grow your investment portfolio. I would say one of the key things as a company that we're trying to solve is to help our clients find their version of success. And at our surveys, when we ask real estate investors, what are your top 3 values? And their answer is success, freedom, and legacy. So everything that we have done, you know, the community that we are building in this space, it's all about creating a very supportive environment to help everybody achieve those goals and dreams. With that said, I'm going to pass the mic to Mr. Juan Carlos again to tell everybody to introduce to you the products that we have and the business model that we do. A lot of the current products is real estate is Juan Carlos's brainchild. So I think he's the best person to introduce these to you.
Thank you, Steve, so much for that. Yeah, so we've been real estate investors. We've been entrepreneurs and real estate investors for a while. And what happened is that in the marketplace, there was not efficiency in the procurement of data, networking, and the ability to do business. So as we became investors, we found all these issues, and we decided to create our own systems in order to help investors do better and faster business. And the deal analysis suite. So if I'm going to go in details, our three main products is the deal analysis suite, the deal finding suite, and the premium. The deal analysis suite is a high-end tools that allows the real estate investors to analyze and make decisions on residential real estate investment opportunities. We do a system that can do, we call it fast CMA. It does the evaluations of any property in the marketplace. We tell our investor clients that you don't need a realtor. You need to be an expert on creating comparables, CMAs. If we want to invest in a property, we need to be an expert on CMAs. And the deal finding suite is the tool to do the evaluations, to do the repair budget of the house, and to analyze the ROI, depending on my exit strategy. Our investors have several exit strategies. They buy and fix properties and sell them for a profit. They buy the properties and they rent the properties also. So we have several tools that allow the investors to make those decisions from a quantitative point of view. In the deal finding suite is our favorite tool. We have spent a lot of time with our teams and with Steve to be able to bring all this data. We have to go to different sources of data. We go to the county records, we go to the MLS, and what we do is we get the data, we transform it, and we put it in our systems, and we give it to our clients. We call it the Netflix account. So for a small price, for $159, you get over 45,000 leads of motivated and distressed sellers. So it's big, it's humongous, it's a big number, and that's the reason we are able to do tons of sales. The premium suite is our sophisticated tool. Is where we actually do our AVM, automated evaluation model. Is where we are going to bring artificial intelligence and these different systems that we are working in. And with the premium suite, the investor is able to make decisions faster. And the premium suite is geared to those ones that are really making deals and that need a tool to make deals every month. So our investors are active investors. They want good data. Let me tell you, over the 5 years, we have a lot of issues, of course, with our software development, and we've been fixing our software for all these years, and to be able to have really good data and have a very good systems to be able to support our clients. Roadmap right now, we're working on a CRM, very strong CRM that allows the investor not only to acquire the property, but also to service that property all over the years of the life of that investment. And that's what we wanted to accomplish with the CRM. So what happened with the staffing services is that we needed to grow, and we've been hiring employees worldwide, different countries in the world. And we right now, I believe that we have over with 120 employees worldwide in our company. And what happened is that we developed this expertise on doing staffing services. So as we grow to different markets, we decided that it was a good idea to sell this or to offer these staffing services to our clients, since our clients, they need a lot of work to be able to find the deals, work on the deals, work on the properties. Very, very important. So we think that that's a value added to our clients. And of course, we are working on the marketplace. We call it the marketplace and the community. It's very, very important. Our horizontal, our real estate investors, that's our main market. I guess we're gonna talk a little bit more about, you know, how many investors we have. But the point is that the investors, not only they need data and not only need software, they need a lot of professional services to be able to do good business. And professional services, we can talk, there are many kinds of professional services. The first one is money, right? So we partner with hard money lenders, with mortgage companies in order to bring the money resources or the capital resources to our clients. Insurance companies, title companies, construction companies, etc., where our users also go to our website and are able to find all these services from respectful companies that are able to do good business with our clients.
Yeah, I want to add a couple of more dimensions here, because there's actually a lot of trial and error in our how we set up the pricing and business model. We decided to start with the deal analysis suite at $15 per month because it's Netflix pricing. That's literally how much Netflix charges, and we give them a lot of value, the data to do analysis and tons of education, so they can learn and practice. At the same time, without much pressure, because at $15 a month, it's kind of just a learner's account, you know, for a lot of folks. Really good entry point. Within the deal finding suite, it's $159 per month, but we also can break it down into a lesser price points based on the region of the investor. So we have all the step ups all the way to $318 per month to capture as much value as possible amongst our client base. Another thing with these new products, number one is to improve or increase our lifetime value for each of our clients with all these upsell opportunities. And also with the marketplace, it also opens up the verticals, so we can generate more revenue from everybody in the community. Okay, back to you, Mr. Cruz.
Okay, thank you so much. So we just wanted to show you a series of slides really quickly, just to talk a little bit about, so you understand a little bit about products. Here, it shows a little bit of our DNA analysis. And as you see, it's basically a CMA, a comparative market analysis that we develop. It's a full automated software. We connect to any MLS in the nation. There is about 1,000 MLSs in the US. We connect to, right now, we are in 8 markets that we are connected with the MLS. The structure of the system is that we can connect to any MLS. And basically, the tool just do a CMA's comparative market analysis, and you as an investor have the ability to make your own decisions. It's a full automated software. It's really, really cool. We have 2 AVMs, 2 automated valuation models that analyze those properties from a different perspective. If you go deep a little bit in real estate investments, we want to find comparables in the same subdivision or within a mile. So we have several algorithms that allow us to make those decisions or allow the investor to make that decision.
Yeah, and just to talk a little bit about this slide, we can see all the information we need to pick the comps. This is a screenshot of a comps tool, and it's just kind of one feature of it, where we can see on the geographically which comps they are and how much they were sold for and how far they are from the subject property, which is the property we're trying to analyze. And recency is how long ago, how many days ago that property was sold. So a lot of reference points for us to make a decision on the valuation of this property.
That's very nice. The deal finding suite, which is our main tool, is the one that we sell the most. We have the most clients. People are very excited about this tool. Usually when we explain to our investors and we are able to bring an investor and do a demo, they usually get really excited because it's so much data. And we give too much data. They are not going to use all this data. The investors are not able to use all that data, but that's the point. They can take decisions. Before, they used to go to different brokers. They say, I want to get code violations. Oh, I need to go to this broker, find it in the internet, talk to 10 people, and then make a decision. Oh, I want to find tax sales, right? Then I need to go to a broker that finds tax sales leads. Oh, I need to find pre-foreclosures, liens, probates, evictions, appointment of substitute trustee. That's what we are. We are specialists in data and for real estate investors, and we are able to bring all these data sources in one system and deliver to the real estate investor on time. We do, many of our systems, we do hourly updates to be on top of the market. We do daily updates, and we do weekly and monthly updates in different parts of our data. Yeah, but we do over 45,000 leads in the deal finding suite. That's very good.
Yeah, really good product. This is one of our best-selling products. I think this when this product took off was when we realized that we found really good product market fit. And each of these are the categories of why a property is in distress. So think about this: if you have a house that actually have a couple of these flagged up, then what it means is that there's a lot of reason for this owner to sell their home. So it's a measure of signal of distress signal for these properties.
Yeah, and we developed for the last 5 years with our clients all these different lists. Our clients ask us, we want this list, and we provide, and they tell us the list is wrong, and then we fix it and we improve it, and that's the way that we are here with all these lists.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we spent many years listening to our clients to kind of create a product where they where it really gives a lot of value to them. Another point I want to make was the more distress it is, usually the better the margin is for acquisition.
Cool. So here is just a graphic that tell us the size of the opportunity. Actually, Steve created this graphic with our people a few years ago in order for us to understand quickly where are the opportunities, and we can map it in every day, every hour it changes. So basically, you see the bigger the circle, the bigger the discount, and that's what investors want. We want to buy at a discount. It's not that easy. And that's what we do. And if you see the bigger the circle, is the bigger the discount, the bigger the opportunity. That's what it is, right?
Yeah, and another thing that we like to see here is the number of circles, right? That's how many deals there are, and where you can see a lot of clusters of these circles is where most of the distressed properties are located. And this map that we are seeing here is a Houston map. And I don't know if anyone remembers, a couple of years ago, there was a big flood in Harvey, with Harvey, and a lot of properties were flooded. And so that also created an influx of opportunities coming into the market. So with the pandemic, you know, obviously very, very bad. The whole world, you know, it created a lot of suffering in the world. But also from this standpoint, it will also create a lot of opportunities for real estate investors to acquire more properties. Oh, more.
Yeah, so technology development, what do we do? We wanted to put this slide just to give you a big overview of what we do on technology. Of course, with our data aggregators, that's our first goal, first action that we have to do. Is very, very important. Data has a lot of value. Right now, we focus on real estate investors, but this data that we have is not only good for real estate investors, but for many other industries, for mortgage, for insurance, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that's a great opportunity that we have to grow in the future. Very, very important. On top of that data, of course, we needed to create our AVM systems in order to analyze the properties and in order to give that data to our clients. Raw data is not very good, so we need to organize that data for real estate investors, and that's what we do with our AVM systems. We run all kinds of automation systems and software. We have over, I believe right now we're 40 or 50 employees in the data, and we call it the CTO department, where we have engineers, automation people, and researchers. And our goal is to keep automating our systems and to keep developing software. Of course, there are a lot of opportunities in AI to bring to real estate market, to bring to the residential market. AI is not in news right now. In the residential real estate market is very seldom used. In these areas, we are bringing relationships, partnerships, strategic alliances to partner with different companies that are providing this technology that we can apply to real estate investments. We can talk a little bit more about questions about in which areas we are doing, but we are partnering with several companies on OTC, reading the pictures to do repair budgets. We are partnering with a company to do machine learning to be able to process faster all this data. And we see that as a big goal. So in the technology development, we try to be ahead of the competition. We've been working with engineers all these past 5 years. And we think that that is what it brings us an edge in our business.
And Juan Carlos, could you tell us a little more about the AVM, automated valuation model? Because that's a fascinating concept. It was the reason when we first met at a startup event that we decided to join forces. It was the potential of this technology. Could you tell us more?
Yeah, so that's, yeah, it's exciting, right? AVMs are exciting for real estate investors because it allows the AVM analyzes the property and give us the information. So what we did 5 years ago, we started on the MLS. The MLS is very good because it's very active, tons of properties. Right now, we have about 200,000 properties on a daily basis that we analyze through our AVMs. It's a lot of numbers, it's a lot of crunching. Of course, in the MLS, there is just a few that are opportunities. So there is a lot of number crunching that we need to do. And we brought these AVM technologies not only to that, but also to off-market leads to be able to make it happen. What it does, the system goes there, analyzes every single property, gets that property, does evaluation and see what properties are around. It selects automatically which properties to do the comparables, and it gives us information really quickly in a matter of minutes. So the advantage here is that the computer can analyze thousands of properties quickly at a really good quality. Our quality of our AVMs, of course, is not perfect. There is no perfection in this business, but our high-end quality AVMs that our clients have been able to use. We've been fixing it over time based on our clients' complaints, right? We say that we love the complaints. We live on improving our complaints. So yeah, I mean, the AVM is very exciting. We can take this technology to the next levels as we add machine learning, as we add AI. We have several plans to get these neuro systems that are able to take our intelligence and drop it into the computer, and the computer give us this information. So we are very, very excited to keep working on our AVMs.
Yeah, one of the key couple of key application for this AVM that we are applying to the real estate investment community. The first one is finding houses that are priced under market value, because we can come up with the value. And so when you see houses that are priced significantly under market value comparing to its neighbors, right? The houses that are very similar to this house, there has to be something wrong with the house. It must be a distressed signal. So that's where you can buy the house, and when you upgrade it, I think it's called a forced appreciation to improve the value on that property. The other one is, and it's still very underused and overlooked right now, I think it's a huge potential market, is to look for rental properties. We are one of the few AVMs that are doing analysis to figure out how much you can rent the property for based on the rental comp and comparing it to the purchase price. And usually we follow the rule of thumb of 1%, or what we call a rental index. If you can rent it for more than 1% of how much you pay for that property, it's usually a very big signal that it is a cash flow generating property. So you can buy it, and you can, people talk about how many doors you have, right? Every property is a door. You have 10 doors, each door, giving you, let's say $500 of cash flow, for example. That's $5,000 of passive income. Big application on this. And imagine applying that to a global scale. That's so exciting.
Yeah, so just to finish Steve's point, is very good with our AVM. And what we did is we built the AVM to give us all the way to the valuation and give us the rental index for those properties that we are going to buy and we're going to rent. And now we're working this very exciting project to bring it all the way to the cap rate and all the way to the IRR for the investor. Every investor has a different IRR, right? Depending on how you're getting, depending on the sources of your money, if it's an all cash deal, or if depending on the loans, depending on many factors. So we are working in this very, very exciting project that the investor puts what IRR you want in a property on the computer. It's gonna go there, grab the properties for you, and send it to you on a timely manner.
Okay, so let's move on. So, very exciting product and technology development here. So let's switch a little bit and talk about our customer acquisition model, our sales side. One thing that we're very, very big on is educational marketing, because it builds a lot of trust. And by being a subject matter expert, we can educate the market on the needs of our products. And then we will move them to what we'll have a one-on-one online demo. And because we hire remotely, our cost of labor is very low. This is still, even though it's not the most automated funnel, but because it gives a lot of support and education through this funnel, we're nurturing and building a lot of trust and building engagement with our clients. That's number one. And also the other part, as I was mentioning, is that because we hire remotely, our cost basis is is very low to provide this level of service. So that's also a key part when it comes to our clients in keeping them happy. You know, we want to make sure our clients are lifetime clients. We like the philosophy of serving our clients for life and always giving them tons and tons and tons of value for the long term. We're long-term players. We're in the real estate industry. That's why I guess everything we think about is long term. So I want to also share a little bit about, you know, what has happened in the world. I mentioned that COVID has created a lot of suffering in the world, also has created a lot of disruption in the world, economically speaking as well. So one thing we did very well as a company, and this was led by Juan Carlos and our operations team, is to recognize the fact that we can't run a live event, you know, live educational events anymore, and shift it completely and pivoted all that to online. And as a result, we actually benefited from, I guess, the two sectors that have experienced boom. One of the two, I guess, two of those sectors that benefits really well because of COVID is online and the housing market. So we're very fortunate to be uniquely positioned in that space after the pivot. And in the third quarter of the year, we created a lot of, we experienced a big growth in our sales. So that showed us that we're able to pivot very quickly and also make sales online. And that was a quarter that gave us a very strong confidence because it also coincided with the fact that we were preparing for national expansion. And so by moving to online, it hugely decreased our cost basis for expansion and really leverage all the remote workers that we have had and we're enjoying the kind of the low cost basis in our employee base. So we, you know, COVID, big danger. When we were talking about it, we were worried, you know, there's so much uncertainty, but you know, very fortunate to be able to turn that around, turn the crisis into this opportunity and achieve the growth. So our traction, we have reached 1 million annual recurring revenue here in Texas. So that gave us tons and tons of confidence that if we're national, even if we are not 50 times our revenue, we should at least 10x our revenue. We have over 1,200 paying members now. And remember, I was talking about a lot of educational. Oh, before I go to the next point, you know, at 1,200 paying members, that's a big community. So we have been starting to see ourselves more and more as a community that gives a lot of support and value to our members to really help them succeed. And also to be very frank, we think that 1,200 paying members is a relatively low number. We should have tons and tons and tons of members as we expand nationally. I mentioned that we do educational marketing a lot. That's our key lead generation and lead nurturing mechanism by giving a lot of value. So to date, we have hosted a lot of events and we have over 7,000 attendees. And these are the folks that are either already our clients, so we are nurturing engagement within our community, or these are the folks that are exposed to our brand and become part of the nurturing process to become future paying clients. Another big highlight is that we're able to generate revenue in a couple of new markets in Georgia, Florida, and Utah. One thing that's very remarkable about this is because we have made an early decision to test the market. You know, we don't need to have a full product in the markets. If the need is big enough within that market, even if the product is not complete, we can still get clients. So that's also another a big validation that we're able to generate clients, generate revenue in these markets. So that gives us a lot of confidence that with a fully launched product, with all the features in place, we're gonna experience the same growth that we're experiencing here in Texas. So these are our milestones. Looking forward, we are currently in 8 markets. Texas is our mother base, I guess, a home base. We are generating a lot of revenue here in Texas. The majority of our revenue is here in Texas, and we're in 8 markets, in basically 7 more markets, and they are in different stages of having a full product launched. And so our plan by the end of the second quarter of next year is to be cash flow positive in the second market. Okay, outside the first, basically one market outside of Texas, and we have a couple of really good candidates there. The second big milestone would be cash flow positive in all the 8 markets we're in. You know, first is full product, and then the second one is cash flow positive. By the second quarter of 2022, we'll be cash flow positive in 20 markets. That's going to tell us, hey, we can expand, we can launch products very quickly, and we can go cash flow positive. We got that model in place and just need to keep replicating it. And then finally, you know, 50 markets, and that's where we say we are national. We have a national position, and that's a big milestone, because now it opens up the opportunity for strategic partnerships with national companies and everything adding up. Okay, competition. So we've been paying a lot of attention to our competitors, both national competitors and local competitors, and also big competitors. So out of all the competitors, we have always been trying to kind of develop technology and kind of put us in a position where we're uniquely placed and nobody else is replicating what we're doing. And we want to maintain that edge. So these are the couple of things. Excuse me, go back here. So these are the couple of things that we have been doing really well. Number one is creating a community, especially now we're in COVID. You know, we are more segregated or isolated than ever. But at the same time, because of technology, we're also more connected than ever. Just a couple weeks ago, I was attending the TiE Global. So, you know, the sense of community is very important, because we all want to be a part of a support group where we think, you know, very similarly, and we have similar goals, and we can help each other succeed. Data mining, big. Running comps, which is the due diligence. We already talked about the AVM and the CRM, customer relationship management tool, which in this case is to manage the deals, the property deals. This is our team. I will introduce each key members one by one, but I want to just kind of say the general idea is that we have a whole bunch of creative real estate investors that want to develop more and more products for the real estate investors. On a financial standpoint, it's also a very, I guess, a very lucrative market. So we want to keep dominating on this market. Me personally, my background is in physics and electrical engineering. And my career has been in management and leadership. And about 7 years ago, we started Real Estate IQ together because I wanted to be a part of creation of an organization where we have really good culture, we're making big impacts to the world, and we're conduits of knowledge, of wealth, I'm gonna say of human consciousness. You know, we just want to share and split the goodness. My business partner, Juan Carlos, he's a lot of experience in the entrepreneurial world. He has started a Hispanic Yellow Pages business, sold it, and with the exit, I guess I can call it the first bucket of gold. He started getting into real estate investing, so a lot of real estate investment experience. Our CFO, Ashford, over 30 years of experience as our chief financial officer. I would say that us working with Ashford was a big big step up, a big, I guess, what do I want to say? How do I did not rehearse this part, but I'm going to introduce Ashford in a little bit. But it has been a big change in our mindset, because I think the more smart people you surround yourself with, the smarter we also become. So through Ashford, we have learned how to speak the language of what it takes to take us to that next level. Joseph Sondela Cruz, he's our CTO, over 10 years of technology development experience, a lot of engineering, and he's an alumni of the University of Waterloo in Canada. We also have Becky. Becky is in Houston. She's our director of growth and our educational speaker. She has a lot of education experience. She's a real estate investor, really good combination of the two to spread the knowledge and help us grow in the real estate investment community. So with that said, I want to pass the mic to Ashford to share with us a little more about our financials and everything.
Thank you, Steve. And I'm going to move through these slides quickly. I know we're up against the top of the hour and there's questions in the queue. So as Steve said, we've seen extraordinary growth as we have pivoted in this COVID year. You can see the statistics here that we've got a 62% quarter over quarter growth, which means the third quarter was 62% more than the second quarter. And that same third quarter, which was the best in the company's history, was 53% greater than the same quarter in 2019. Steve, next slide. So one of the things you can see that's causing that growth, and this is a question I think somebody had posed in the queue about the customer acquisition cost. In 2019, it was almost $32. It was bumped up to $56.27 in 2020. What were the results of that? Results was the lifetime value of the customer rose 130% from $847,000 to $1,945, which increased the lifetime value to customer acquisition cost ratio from 26.61 to 34.57, and reduced the months of payback from 4 to 3. So all those vectors are trending upward. And so with that, Steve, let's go to the next slide, which is our fundraising strategy. So as Steve talked about earlier, our immediate goal in front of us is to expand into 8 different markets. We are looking at this moment for about in this next tranche of fundraising for about $300,000 in capital. The company has funded itself primarily through convertible notes. And so we're looking for about a minimum investment of $50,000 for a convertible note. Once we pass that first tranche in 2021, our goal is to raise 1.2 million as we go into that next tranche of 8, and then to raise it to $3 million in 2022 as we go into the third segment of expanding into 20 markets. With that, I think the one cost I think is going to take the next. I'm sorry, and our funding sources right now. I'm sorry, Steve. Go ahead and go to the sources of funding. As I said before, we have raised convertible notes, money through convertible notes. We're also considering crowdfunding, family offices, and a series, a possible upcoming Series A. So with that, let's go. Juan Carlos, I think you're gonna talk more about the use of funds and what we're gonna use these funds for.
Just really quickly, and then we can go and finish. We need to use the funds to finish the 8 markets. We need to have a full product in order to feel really good and spend the money in marketing. So that's what we want to do. We need the funds to finish the markets with our technology and to spend some monies in marketing and supporting the community.
Yeah, another key part here for the use of fund is having that market launch model. You know, we have everything documented. What does it take to have a full product launch in a new market? We're quite a big percentage complete already there. And then what kind of marketing efforts does it go in to get the market all the way to cash flow positive? We want to create that model and then just replicate. So with that said, I think that's the end of our slide, and we would love to start fielding questions.
Steve, there's several questions in the queue.
Well,
maybe
yeah, thank you very much. It was a great presentation. So yes, we do have a couple of questions, unless Mayor, you want to ask yourself or want me to read it for you?
No, I think Sophie, I think he already answered that question.
Okay, so what's the next one? I think Ram had a question too.
Yeah, some of my questions have been answered, so thank you. I was curious as to, first of all, let's start from the back. I thought based on the numbers earlier on, there was free cash available, but apparently not. There is not free cash available to fuel growth. So you said you are yet to become cash flow positive. How much are you able to share in terms of your overall financials, revenue generated versus your cost versus, do you have any projection on when you expect to turn positive? What are you, basically, what's your cost structure? And I guess a follow-up question to that will be, how much of that are you spending in marketing your events and products, and through what channels, and how much light can you shed on that? Are you able to understand what I'm saying, Ashford, or?
Yeah, so I can feel the marketing questions. So we are using. Okay, I had some something written down here, but now I'm gonna go by memory. So we have been doing a lot of marketing through events. Email marketing and social media channels. We have been doing a lot of, and also we are also purchasing leads. You know, those are highly likely to convert, and we nurture those. So we do a lot of kind of specific targeting on these leads to bring them to our events and products.
So in other words, on $1 million run rate, you're roughly at about 85 grand a month or something like that. Are you able to give some ballpark on how much of that is in marketing? I mean, are you talking about 30-40% at this point? How much of that is in other development cost? That's kind of what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, so we've got in 2020, to talk to your question, we're going to spend roughly probably about $250,000 on marketing, and that's on marketing, sales, and off-market leads. So about 25% of revenue at this point in time in this year. Now that in our 2021 budget, that's going to rise a little bit to over $300,000.
Okay. So you have this in a projection of 2020, so up to date, and then 2021, 21, 22 projection of some kind?
Yeah.
Okay. It will be interesting to see if you can share some of that as a follow-up.
We can do that. Absolutely.
This year we had a little bit of a higher cost because we are preparing for the national growth. So we actually invested, we have invested more monies into product development and into marketing in order to be able to grow to the new markets. And that has increased our cost this year to profit, but that was expected and is needed. We need to invest tremendous amount of cash to be able to have a setup to be able to grow.
How do you think you'll finish out 2020? Net negative, how much? Are you able to say anything about that, or no?
Oh, 2020 was our negative. Okay.
Mm-hmm. What do you think it'll end up being?
That's a question for Ashford, but over the 5 years, and maybe that's what we need to do in the follow-up.
Okay, that's fine. You can do it on a follow-up. That's fine. No problem.
In the follow-up talk, what happened is that in the 5 years, we've been growing right now with about 1 million. Somewhere about first year 200, 400, 600,
okay,
million. and all over the years we have had a profit. We're going to show it to you. Okay. But in this year, we decided not to have a profit because we needed to grow nationwide, and that's our main focus to be able to make it happen. Okay.
And we'll be happy to share a lot more detail offline, and to kind of what Juan Carlos said. We've increased our investment substantially this year over 2019 totals in customer service, the design team, in research, in engineering, as we build the platform out.
Okay.
We have another question from Manu. How are you calculating LTV of your customers?
The lifetime value of our clients. What we're doing is we are measuring the average number of retention for our clients. We offer a monthly subscription and we offer annual subscriptions. There's a discount on annual. And so the way we're looking at it is to look at the average stay of each client, how long they are with us, and multiplying that by the average, I guess, monthly income that we get from each client.
That's it.
So I guess the obvious follow-up to that is, what is your projected life? How many years do you expect?
So there are, I would say that if we look really close into our clients, there are two groups. There's one group that join, and then within a couple of months, they start engaging and they leave very quickly. And then those that get over like a 3-month hump, right? They learn the tool, right? They actually are invested into using the software. We have a very long, I guess, what do you call that? Long tenure for these. I don't have the average number for the second group right now.
Yeah, as long as, you know, we've been very focused on extending the lifetime value of our clients by providing education and by providing systems. And as Steve said, if the customer is able to go after 3 months and is able to see some results, is able to get some education, is able to place some offers, and is excited, and we are able to engage our client during the first 3 months, we have much more opportunities to have a longer client. And we've been very focused on that because that's humongous for us. If we can do that, we don't have to sell again. The cost of selling is too expensive. It's a lot of work. So we prefer to focus on keeping the clients for a long time.
Okay, Mario is asking how long have the paying customers on average?
Yeah, that would be a question I can answer after we do a little digging. I don't have that number right now for the second. I kind of feel that question. Okay. So I owe that number.
And Vidya is also asking, I mean, he has a few questions. Vidya, do you want to ask yourself?
Yeah.
Yes. Hello, everyone. This is Vidya in Aganti. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a small-time real estate investor, and I know I have a lot of friends who are looking to invest in real estate, and they are keep buying somewhere. But I haven't seen the product, how it is going to be useful for me as a real estate investor. Everything so far I heard is everything, what the company is, what it is doing. But if I want to use your platform to do some deals or something, oh, okay. I see realestateIQ.co. Okay, thanks for that information. And is there anywhere you can give an free subscription for a month or a couple of months so we can log in and see how the platform works? For me, unless I see that the platform is really useful for the investor, that's where I would like to chip in if I feel confident that this is going to really help the investors.
Vidya? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for your question. We do offer a trial, and we also offer a online demo to show you the power of the tool. We want to give a lot of support in the beginning to get you acclimated to the tool. So So I guess so you want to use the product, and also I would say that a lot of our current Real Estate IQ supporters right now are real estate investors. They first become a client, a user of Real Estate IQ, and then after they kind of see everything that we offer right now, and over time, we build the trust and they decide to invest with us.
I wanted to say we pay a lot of attention to that video of how we can help you become a successful small investor. All of our clients are small investors. 90% of real estate owners in residential real estate investment are small investors that are going to be owning 1 to 10 properties. So we are very focused on it. We develop a lot of plans to support you. Actually, we have 10 account managers right now to do demos to you. We are going to support you with a full-time 1 hour on what we need to offer to you. And then we are going to provide ongoing demos and ongoing trainings to use our systems. Real estate investments, as we know, is a little bit complex. There's a lot of data, a lot of systems that we can take advantage. So we are 100% committed to bring you the education. We offer over 50 webinars on a monthly basis to be able to train you. So and of course we can offer you, especially because you're in the TiE Dallas, offer you a 30-day account, so you can try it.
Okay, I have one more question. How is this different from LoopNet and CoStar?
Good question.
LoopNet and CoStar basically are commercial data, commercial companies. CoStar is known as one of the biggest companies for commercial investments. We don't do a lot of commercial. We specialize on residential real estate investments. Residential real estate investments are single home properties, duplexes, fourplexes, eightplexes, and some small shopping centers. That's our specialty, and that's where we focus.
Okay.
Is that a good answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, the commercial, you have these companies here, and we do residential real estate investments.
Okay. And you said the other question is, you are spending around $85,000 a month, and where is that money going? I'm just asking, is that taking up all the salaries or development or marketing or training, the stuff like that?
So yeah, a good question. A significant amount of that is going into customer service, like the design team, engineering, research and development, sales, marketing, and lead generation. They've done a really good job of keeping their administrative costs very low because they've outsourced everything, and it's typically, offshore, either in the Philippines or other different areas. So the vast majority of that is going into the development of the platform and creation of sales.
Okay, thank you very much. I don't have any more questions.
Thank you for your questions.
All right. Anybody else? Any questions? So if you go on the group chat box, you can see the email, not the email, the link to the LinkedIn account for Steve Liang, and you have the website address. So if you need anything else, just ask Steve, and if you have any question, I guess they can contact you anytime, right?
Yes, please. So I'm available on LinkedIn. I think that's the best way to connect with me. We'd love to connect with you in person and chat more. I can also put my phone number here. Send me a text if I don't answer. We'd love to talk to you. And thank you for learning more about us today. Thank you for being here. And thank you, Ram and Sophie, for hosting.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Great
you all.
evening.
Good evening.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much
Thank you so much.
Juan Carlos.
Thank you. Thank you, Ram.
Thank you. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It was good.